Hi loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video you'll be learning how to make this beautiful, elegant, stylish two pieces. Okay, the top is a halter neck design and it has two slits at the side. It's very easy and it is also beginners friendly. If this is something you love to watch, please stay tuned watch the end of this video, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and also comment on my videos. Okay, please guys, I'm so sorry that it took me this long to upload this video. I'm so sorry. If you have any question regarding sewing or regarding this tutorial, please let me know in the comment section, and also let me know if you're going to be trying it out. So let's get straight into the video. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using. I have about 3 yards of fabric here. So the first I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be cutting the upper side before we'll cut the trouser. So the next thing right now is I came down by ½ inch, which is going to be my starting point. From there I measured to the length of my top. At first I was using 27 inches, but I went ahead to increase it to 30 inches. Alright, so for my shoulder measurement I came down by my bust point and also my waistline. So that is what I'm doing right now. Then I'm going to connect the both lines together. So after connecting the both lines together, I'm going to measure my shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 7 inches. Then I'm going to mark it out. So from that point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, which is going to be my shoulder slope. And for the neck width that I'm using for the back is 1 inch. The neck depth that I'm using, why the neck width that I'm using is 3.5 inches. So my bust measurement, I'm going to input my bust divided by 4. I'll mark it out. Next I'm doing now is marking out my armhole line. That is the next thing I'm doing right now. So on the length of this top, I'm going to be inputting my hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 1.5 inch allowance, and the same thing on all my waistline, my waist divided by 4 plus extra 1.5 inch allowance. And also on my bust, I'm going to do the same thing, my bust divided by 4 plus extra 1 inch allowance. So now this is where I'm going to be using my free hand to just curve it to give it that halter neck design. So I started from my neck width, that is where I started to curve it into my armhole. So from that 1 inch that I came down, that 1 inch neck depth that I came down, I'm just going to mark 6 inches downward again, and I'll just curve it out. That is going to be our opening for the back. This top doesn't have anything like zipper, okay, but it's going to have a little opening at the back and also a button. So I'm going to go ahead right now and cut it out. So I also went ahead to fold another fabric. I'm going to place it and cut out the same thing. One is going to be the front, while one is going to be the back. The only difference from the front and the back is the keyhole opening that the back has. So I also went ahead to cut out the facing for it. So there is different way you can cut your facing. It's either you just cut it the halfway or the full facing. But what I did for my own is I cut it as a full facing. So what I'm trying to do here is just to explain to you that different ways you can cut your facing. So this is the back facing. This was the back facing is looking like. So I'm going to be placing the back side facing each other. So that is what I just did now. The back side should be facing each other. So what I'm trying to do now is to create where that slant is going to be. So for you to achieve that perfectly, the back side needs to face each other. So I went up by 6 inches from the length of this dress. So I'm going to curve it and cut it out in a slant form, just the way I've seen in this video. So while making your own, you can make the length of your dress more longer. So after making my dress, I feel like I should have make it more longer. Okay, so I'm going to fold my two fabric into two this way. So what I'm trying to do now is to measure how long I want that slant opening. No, it has slant opening at the two sides, so how long I want it to be. So that's what I'm trying to measure at. And I can see that I minus 1 inch. That 1 inch is for folding, so I have to minus it. So after that, I measured to the point where I want it to be, and I went ahead to notch it. So the next thing I will do is to place my facing each other, the front side facing each other. So I'm going to just join it the way you're seeing me indicating in this video right now. So I'm going to be joining it on the armhole and also the keyhole. The neckline is going to be open because it's going to be having small collar. Okay, so for the front is just to join it on the armhole. So after doing that, this is what mine is looking, you can see. So I went ahead to join it. I also used my hemming gum to gum it down. I also forgot to tell you guys the name of the fabric that I use. It's called Jonkoso. That is the name of the fabric that I'm using. It's called Jonkoso. So right now I went ahead to to place the front side facing each other. So I'm going to be joining it with 1 inch all the way to that point we notched. Okay, just join it with 1 inch. Then the next part, I'm going to be using my hemming gum to gum it. You can decide to fold the remaining part in to give you that slant at the side, or you can decide to use hemming gum. Okay, but in my own case I use hemming gum. So for the hemming side, I also went ahead to join it to fold it together. So after joining it and folding it together, this is how mine is looking. So I've not used my hemming gum to gum the slant opening side. So what I'm trying to measure now is my round neck measurement. So that's what I try to do, to measure the round neck measurement. Then I went ahead to cut it out on this piece of fabric. For example, if what I have for the round neck measurement is 30 inches, for example, so I'm going to be minusing about 5 inches from it. I'm using 25 inches, so that is what I did. How high the collar is going to be depends on what you want. So for in my own case, I just want about just 1 inch. I don't want a higher collar. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do now. Once I fold it into two, it's going to give me 1 inch. Okay, so that is okay for me. So just start from one side of the back, then join it together all the way to the other side of the back. So after joining it all the way to the other side, so this is the next thing we're going to do right now. We're going to fold it this way. You see how it is? I did not start immediately from the back. From that line, I brought out some fabric. Okay, so that fabric I brought out, you can see what I'm doing. Just watch this video to have a better understanding. That is where I'm going to be inserting my button or my hook. Okay, so the next I'm going to do is just to keep folding it and joining it all the way around. So after doing that, this is how mine is looking. This is how I want mine to be. I don't want it to be too high, so this is perfect for me. So for now, the top is ready, although I've not gone ahead to gum this side with my hemming gum. So but the top is ready, just remaining for me to gum it. So now I'm going to be cutting the pints. So for this point, I'll be using the pints pattern that I have, the trouser pattern that I have. If you have not seen the video, I'm going to be putting the link in the description box. Go and watch the video on how to cut a perfect palazzo pant. So, and in this case, I'm going to be using an elastic waist palazzo pant. That is what I want to use. I want mine to have elastic on the waist. So if you don't want yours to have elastic on the waist, you want yours to be normal fitted waist. So just watch closely. I'm going to explain to you in this video as well how you're going to manipulate your pattern. If for example you already have your pint pattern, your pint drafted on a pattern paper, so I'm going to show you how you can still manipulate it and cut exactly what you want. So now watch closely. If you don't want yours to have elastic waist, what you want to do is you measure your waist measurement. So once you measure your waist measurement divided by 4, then you add your allowance. Just measure it from that waistline. You do the same thing for the back. Measure from the side of the back or the side of your trouser. Measure your waist measurement plus your allowance, then you cut out the excess fabric remaining, and the other part is going to be for it. I hope you understand. Try to rewatch this video for better understanding. So I'm going to go ahead and join it on the crotch line, both the front and the back. So also go ahead to join the pocket. So the front is ready. I've gone ahead to join it on the crotch line. I also went ahead to join it to join the pocket. So please try to watch that trouser pattern. I explained all this. I don't want this video to be more longer than it is already, so that is why I just have to do everything really fast. So I also went ahead to join the back on the crotch. So next I'm going to do is to join it on both sides with 1 inch allowance all the way down. So I'll go ahead and also hem the down part of my pant. This is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to join it on the crotch line. So guys, please, if you have watched up to this point, please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. Share my videos to your loved ones, alright, please. And also let me know in the comment section what you think about this if you're going to be trying it out. So from one side of the trouser, I'm going to measure all the way around so that I can cut out the waistband for it. So once I measure it, so this is me cutting out the waistband. So the length of the elastic I'm going to be using is 1 inch elastic. I'm going to be marking out 3 inches so that once I fold it into two, what I'm going to have is 1.5 inches. So that I'll be using ½ inch for joining and 1 inch is going to be for the elastic casing. for the elastic, what you're going to do is your waist measurement divided by 4. That is the measurement you're going to be cutting on the elastic. While on the waistband, you're going to cut exactly the same thing you measured on your trouser. Okay, but for the elastic, it's a waist measurement divided by 4. You can even decide to minus about 2 inches or 3 inches from it to give it that more snatch waist. Okay, so just watch closely on how I'm going to be inserting this elastic. This is a very easy method you can follow. It is very easy. So after joining it, so the next I'm going to do is to start joining it again from that half inch. That is what I'm just doing right now. And when I'm joining it, I make sure I'm also drawing my elastic. So that is one thing you also should try to do while joining it. Make sure you are drawing your elastic. So after that, this is what the elastic waistband is. You can see how pretty it's looking as well. So the next I'm going to do is to join it to the trouser. So I'm going to find the midpoint for the back and the point where I joined this elastic, this waistband, the point that I joined it, I'm going to pin it together with the back. Then I'll start pinning it all the way around. So while joining it on the machine as well, I'm going to make sure that I'm drawing the elastic, or I'm drawing the waistband while joining it with this point. Make sure you're also drawing it while joining it. So after joining, this is how it is looking. So perfect, so fine. So at the end, this is how it all came out, looking so beautiful. So guys, if you watched up to this point, thank you so much, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and also comment. Share my videos to your loved ones, and also let me know in the comment section what you think about this style and if you're going to be trying it out. See you guys all in my next video. Thank you so much for all your support towards my channel. I do not take it for granted, and I will never take it for granted. I love you guys so much, and God bless you all. Bye.